All right, guys, so the best way to explain this is I made another little Miro whiteboard thing. And we have up here the 7 to 12 day process that it takes someone to buy. And this is kind of, you at least need 4 nets. And we'll talk about how this kind of system works through basically just different tiers is like the best way to explain it. So first off, we have ice cold traffic. This is people that have never seen your product. They've never seen this thing. They don't know what the new cup is. They have no clue what's going on, but hopefully they have neck pain, shoulder pain, or they would benefit from this device. And this is our first contact point with them. This is our first time showing them our brand, showing them our product, and we need to speak their language on this ad. This is really important. So this is our ice cold traffic ads. This is where we're targeting people with like the blank targeting ad groups that have the $100 daily budgets. That's ice cold traffic. Or when we start playing with targeted interests, for example, if I target people that are into weightlifting or bodybuilding, and I obviously would want to make a bodybuilding video ad to tie in with that ad group. But when we're targeting them, it's still ice cold traffic. They still have no clue who we are. So the goal on this is to grab attention. It's our hook, right? That gets the fish interested. It's the bait basically. And the biggest way we can bait someone in is by speaking their language. Like if I was selling this to gamers who are hunched over on the computer, I'd say, hey, are you sick of being hunched over on your computer 8 hours a day? Is your neck and shoulders really starting to feel the pain of that posture? And anyone who hears that is immediately hooked in. So that's the goal with these first ads, with these ice cold traffic ads, is we need to hook people in. We need to grab attention and speak someone's specific language. Just doing mass production like, hey, do your shoulders hurt? Here's this. It can hook people if they're in excruciating shoulder pain, but it's not going to hook everyone unless you are hyper specific. So for testing products, testing brands, doing the normal Facebook and TikTok ad strategies work because we are focusing on mass market, but we need to start hyper fixating and getting tunnel vision on an exact demographic. And we can try different demographics until something hits, but I hope you're seeing that to truly transition to the branding stage, to really get in depth and start crushing it here, we need to get hyper focused and we need to test a lot of things. A lot of people will just grab their product, they throw up the one traffic ad that's ice cold traffic, not targeted. It doesn't get a couple sales, so they give up. And it's just like, holy shit, dude, you didn't even take a quarter of the time that it needs to take to really even test this product. You didn't even test it. You threw one net out there and a fish didn't immediately get entangled in it, so you gave up on the fishing spot, thinking, oh, there's no fish here. Meanwhile, there's probably millions of dollars worth of fish and you just didn't try hard enough. Like you didn't even put in real effort. So I hope that makes sense. We really need to dive deep on this stuff and test out, okay, we got some mass sales, like with the new cup, right? We've done like 10,000 in sales. Now, how do we focus deeper? How do we find the exact demographic? Is it gamer kids that are hunched over? Is it moms in their 40s that have pain from being a mom and doing all the hard things that they have to do each day? Like what is the little demographic, the niche thing? Is it blue collar workers? Is it gym guys? Who is our main thing? And we need to test all of those different audiences and figure out who is our exact audience. And for example, once we find that audience, we need to dial in on it. Change your branding a little bit. Like if it's blue collar stuff, maybe we get a blue one. We start talking about blue collar stuff like blue collar workers. Is your body hurting from working your ass off all day? And you make funny ads that tailor to them and you can call it the blue collar cup. You just change your domain. It's so easy. So you can do that stuff later, but at the start you kind of have to go mass production. Then you have to kind of siphon in, but that's a big side tangent, but that's really valuable stuff you guys absolutely have to be doing. So ice cold traffic, we're trying to hook. Then we have cold traffic. Like it's not warm, like they're not like in rapport with us just yet, but they've at least seen our video ads. So on tier 2 ads, we're trying to build a deeper interest to the people that were hooked. So right here, we're targeting anyone who's seen our ads. They've seen our cold traffic ads. So this each tier is basically going to be a campaign. We have ice cold traffic campaigns and we have cold traffic, warm traffic, hot traffic campaigns. So the cold traffic campaign is going to target people who have engaged with this ad or they've seen it. So anyone who has seen our cold traffic ads, we are going to target them on cold traffic. And with this ad, we're going to try to build interest. Like, and you can even mention like, hey, we saw that you saw one of our ads, but you didn't click to our website or something. And you can say these type of things that like, oh, how did they know that? That's kind of crazy. And build up interest, but that's not really the main point because you should have already hooked them a little bit. Your main point here is to build interest, talk about the benefits of the product. And this is another really big thing is people try to sell like, oh, it has 6 to 12 heating modes and and they list all these little features and the cupping device is small enough to fit anywhere in your body. And they list these little features and nobody cares about features. They care about, does it work? They care about certainty. Sales is a transfer of certainty. You need to say, I am certain this product product will change your life. This is why I'm recommending it. I'm certain this will take your knots out. This will take headaches away. And obviously you have to make sure you're in compliance with Facebook's advertising policies and stuff like that. But you want to sell certainty. You want to sell results, solutions. That's why people buy things. You don't buy something because it has a little feature on it. You buy it because you're certain it's going to provide a solution. So that's what you need to really be conveying in your cold traffic ads in your tier 2. Next, tier 3 is where you really start selling. You really need to say like, and this is, let's talk about how you target them. So the goal is to sell harder, and you're targeting people that have had their interest built. And you can tell if someone's interest is built is if they have gone to your website, but they haven't purchased. And I'll show you on Facebook what that looks like to set it up. It's super easy. Once we finish explaining all these, I'll show you guys how you can jump in Facebook, how you can jump in TikTok and target these people. Really easy to set up within the audience section on Facebook and with the custom audience little section on TikTok. Easy stuff. So on the Sell Harder Tier 3 campaign, our goal is to target people that have engaged with our ads, have clicked our website, but they haven't added to cart, they haven't purchased. This is people that their interest was built, right? Like okay, I'm looking into it. Maybe it's something cool. I don't know if I want it, or I'm not going to make a decision yet. People are like this. Some people aren't going to click and buy and instantly in day one. This is how people are, guys. People aren't going to see your product, see your first little ad and go, wow, I need that so bad. I'm going to buy it and tell my friends about it. It takes way longer. It's a slower process. So right here is where you really want to talk about those benefits, those features, because these are the people that showed interest. They physically showed it. They went to the website. So with this, we really want to dial in. The main things here is like, hey, we have guarantees. Hey, we have warranties. We can ensure you that this product is not a piece of shit. You're actually going to get what you're paying for. These solutions are real. And this is where you want to just do everything you did in tier 2 way harder, way more salesy. Obviously, you don't want to be like super cringe over the top, like infomercial, old TV ad vibe, but you definitely want to convey to them that this is the solution you need and we're backing it with guarantees. And it's a smart decision to buy this product. You're not going to get scammed. That's basically what they need to feel before they can actually feel the confidence to purchase. Next, hot traffic. Now, these are people that have gone to the product page, they have added to cart, they maybe even put their payment info in, but for some reason they didn't pay. And there's a lot of reasons this might happen. Someone really might want the product, but their dog started barking and, oh, 1 second, I gotta go away. And they go away, they go do something else, or they're doing something that sidetracked them. There's a ton of different ways, like, oh, maybe I'll purchase it later. Maybe I'll think about it a little bit longer. There's so many things. So right here, we want to target people that have gone to the website, they've added to cart, they've maybe even put their payment info in, and they didn't purchase. And right here, the main goal is to just get the sale and be done with them. Because right now we have spent, for hot traffic, we've spent ad costs on all of these, right? So it's starting to get a little bit pricey. So we really need to just get the sale here. And we want to do it with a 10% off discount code, maybe 20%. I wouldn't recommend 20 because again, you kind of have to factor in, we've paid for someone to go through all of these steps and it costs money to go through every single step. So to also give them 20% off, I usually wouldn't recommend. Maybe 10 to 15 is a little bit better, but you want to get the discount code and be like, hey, we know you've seen our ads. We know you're interested in this product. Maybe you need a little bit of a kick in the butt to purchase, or you need a little bit of a push. So here it is. Here's your 10 to 15% off discount code to buy your new cup today. And these ads aren't your just run of the mill ads. Like they need to be targeted. They need to be hyper focused. Like when you're buying like UGC and influencer ads, it's tier 1 shit, maybe tier 2 shit. The tier 3 and 4 shit needs to be like hyper specific. Like you need to be saying like, hey, we know you're a weightlifter that came to our website, but you didn't purchase for some reason. Maybe it's because you think it's a crappy product. Maybe it's because you don't think we have warranties or guarantees. But here's why we do. Like talk to them like a physical person. Like don't just have these run-of-the-mill ads like, the new cup is so good, buy one today, with the automated shit. Like that's hook stuff. We want to be really investing in time and talking to people, human beings. These are human beings that are buying, right? These aren't robot numbers. Just because we see them in our analytics as little robot numbers doesn't mean they are. These are real people, so start talking to them like that. And this is how we get omnipresence. This is where we have like fucking 50 of these hook ads going at a time. So this is kind of an example of what it would look like. We have a ton of cold traffic campaigns. We're targeting different interests. We're doing zero targeting. We're targeting different demographics. We're targeting moms here. We're targeting weightlifters here or something. We have a ton of tier 1 traffic, different hooks, different influencers. And obviously we want to kind of hone in. We don't want to, because our pixel data is going to get messy. If we're targeting weightlifters, then we're targeting moms, then we're targeting blue collar workers. All of that traffic is going into one pixel that's then kind of getting the rest of this information dirty. And it's harder to be specific of like, hey, are you a blue collar worker, when you're targeting them here when you had mom traffic campaign come in, right? So you got to be a little bit clean with it. You got to be a little bit organized and kind of figure out what works, and then quickly get away from it and start only doing the things that are tailored towards your exact demographic that you know works the best. Or you can just stay mass market the whole time, but I don't fully recommend that. But your funnel is going to end up looking like this. You can see how it's a little funnel. Like, we get as much traffic we can on our hooks, then we get on tier 2, we really try to build interest with them. We sell really hard. And what's nice is your cold traffic's still going to get sales. You're still getting sales at every net, but you at least have a system that's like, if someone's really stubborn and not buying, they at least buy here, right? You gave them the discount, you show them all the shit. Like, you'll at least recoup the sales that you wouldn't have through this tiered system. But a lot of people are going to buy right. Tons of people are going to buy right here. This is going to be your bolt, these 3. And hey, if someone didn't, here's a discount code. Now just get away from us. Like, we got your business. And now there is another system, very hot traffic. There's another tier 4, but that's when people have purchased already. And that's where you want to get them to purchase again. And we're going to do that through email, text messages, and stuff like that, because we don't want to keep paying for traffic when we already know they're a hot lead. We can just capture it on emails and SMS, and that's easy stuff. So we can retarget them, say, hey, you bought a product, here's a 30% discount code to buy another one, so you can make sure your friends have the same benefits, right? You can say something like that. So super good stuff here. This is huge, guys. You need this omnipresence. So let's jump in and talk about how this kind of looks within Facebook. It's the exact same with Facebook and TikTok. You basically hit all tools, go to audiences right here, super easy. You want to hit create an audience, and you can go off website traffic, but at first you want to do like video stuff, like people who have interacted with your content, right? So choose a content type, people who have viewed, I'd say at least 25, like maybe 50% of your video, because you know they're interested. And I'd say in the last like 7 days, you don't want like huge windows. And we'll do view 50%, 7 days. Then you can also choose videos. So you can choose which ones they've actually watched through all of your different posts. Right now it's only showing my story ones. For some reason, it's not showing my reels. So I think for it to show my reels, we need to do Facebook page. Yeah, so anyone who's interacted with your page, there's a ton of different options, and you guys can play around targeting anyone who's visited your Instagram, visited your Facebook, watched your videos, anyone who's clicked your websites. So you can create these funnels very easily and even hyper target specific videos they've watched. Like people who've watched 50% of your video, you can choose what video they've watched. So you can have that funnel system of, hey, this is our funnel system for blue collar. This is our funnel system for moms. This is our funnel system for weightlifters. This is our funnel system for guys that are into sports like football or boxing or something. And you can create this huge ecosystem of nets you have different funnels for each demographic, and you can keep it, the new cup, a mass market product. And then on your ads, keep the hyper focused funnels for specific people. And you can see this is a lot of work. It takes some time to build this out, but this is where you're getting to the real branded level and where you're having the custom inventory and you're scaling up to 30K days. You could be doing 10K days within each demographic, hitting 50K days, and you're only doing 5 demographics. And then you can scale into more demographics. And I hope it really starts to make sense, but you can come in here and choose people that have done certain actions. And you can also, when you're in the ad group, so you'll target someone, right? If we're trying to do a tier 3, we're going to target people who have added to cart, but they haven't purchased. So let me show you what that looks like. We'll go to website. We are going to target people that have added to cart. And then we also want to exclude. So then we want to exclude people who purchased, because if you already purchased, right, we don't want to. And then we can set the date. We can do, oh, you only did it in the last 7 days. And we can name this people who added to cart but didn't purchase in the last 7 days. And you can set up these crazy audiences. So I'm not going to go in depth on how to set up every single little thing. It's pretty self-explanatory. You should be able to come in there and understand for your brand, for your tier system, for your goals, specifically what audience to make. You guys can go crazy in here. And then there's also the lookalike audiences and all this type of stuff. It gets really crazy. And on TikTok, it is the exact same stuff. TikTok has just copy and pasted everything from Facebook. So we have engagement on content, website traffic, and these are basically the only ones we're going to use. And it's extremely easy. So I'll have this Miro whiteboard downloaded below the video that you can click on and make sure that you're coming in and revisiting this if you ever need to. Pretty simple stuff, but this is, guys, this is what really separates drop shippers from brand owners. Like, imagine if you have like 50 of these different funnels and they're all leading to your website. They're all getting you sales. You're just running a mass amount of funnels, and you can start seeing this is just Facebook and then just TikTok. And then we're doing the same thing on YouTube ads, then on Google paid ads. And it's just, I can't even explain it. Like, if you're fully committed, if you are building a team, you are working with agencies, you have a UGC system for video ads, you have media buyers for Facebook that are handling this for you, media buyers for Google that are handling this for you, media buyer for TikTok that's handling this for you, an agency for email and SMS. And your job is to basically just like work with influencers, make sure the brand image is solid and good, and you're scaling up all these things. That's where you're doing millions a week sometimes, because you have 50 different channels, different systems that are hyper focused, funneling in all of these people, and all of these channels need new ads cycled in. By the way, you need to be cycling in new ads for this, new ads for this, new ads for this, maybe every week, maybe every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks. It's different for every brand. But guys, when you're doing all of this effort, like let's say this is just TikTok, then you have Facebook, then you have Google, you're doing all these systems. Guys, it is incredibly easy to be profiting multiple six figures a week when you're running at scale like this. And then you're also buying like hundreds of thousands of units every time, getting them for dirt cheap. Like you could probably get these for like $3, $4, $5 when you're buying that many of them, with branding, with packaging, with warehousing, even probably $5 for all of that. And you're selling it for 50, and you're going to need those margins, right? Because now you have huge teams and you're crushing it. And this is the 7-figure framework, boys. This is crazy. This is a big video. Me talking about this omnipresence, this place where you have ads everywhere and you have systems and everything's self-sufficient and you have this amazing little world you've created. This is your business, right? This is what it looks like. So I hope you guys got a ton of value out of this one. This Miro board will be shared right below, and I will see you in the other videos. Make sure you guys are taking action on this, putting in the effort, making those audiences, making those custom videos, setting up those discount codes, and really crushing it and giving this brand everything you've got, because this is life-changing money when it's executed properly. And don't be afraid or scared of it being too hard to do, or thinking you're not good enough, or, oh, I can't run something at this scale. It's too many moving parts. I don't even know who I'd hire, because in the end of the day, we're plugging those people to you. We have a community group where you can come in and get help from me. So there's no excuses. Guys, this is free information you got. What do you have to lose, right? If you really want to live your best life and live to the fullest, live to the capabilities you know you're able to do, then you need to come in and do this nitty-gritty stuff. You need to have that self-identity of I'm worth it, I can do it. And it's extremely important to take this stuff very seriously and not just think about it, put action on it. Start getting these systems in place, start executing at higher levels, start working hard and throwing money into this opportunity, and be logical. Don't be emotional about it. Make solid decisions. And I promise you guys, this is so obtainable. There are so many brands that are doing this, and I'm very excited to see the results you guys bring in. But that is it for this video, and I will see you in the next ones on the course. All right, guys, welcome into the world of influencers. Now, I hope that you're having some success with your brand, and that's why you're here. You should be really getting some solid results with your advertising, getting some traction, getting more UGC videos built out, and you're kind of looking for the next step. And that next step is influencers. There's a lot of things to talk about. There's a lot of levels to it. There's a lot of complexities, nuances, and it's kind of hard to put a price and a value point on something without really knowing until you try it, right? Like you can think that some influencer, oh, they have 5 million followers, it's going to bring me so many sales, but you can't really track it. There's so many variables. So it's kind of like the wild west of educated guessing, which is the theme of all advertising and all marketing. But there's a ton of different talking points today, so let's just get into it.